Well, good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to yet another edition of In the Studio. The second last Tuesday of In the Studio, and welcome to it. This is episode 76 now. Welcome to it. 10 past 2 here, and here's Mark English. Good afternoon to you. Welcome to the show.
Barry, good afternoon to you and good afternoon, viewers. Welcome back. Late start for us today when it comes to the show.
And unfortunately, the shows are winding up. The show is winding up after 10 months here. We will tell you about it after our lunch break, but guys, it has been a wonderful privilege to have sat here with you guys and brought to you many episodes. This is episode 76 now, and the last two episodes are coming up next week. Episode 77 and 78. Here's Mark to tell you about it and to open the late show with that.
Thanks, Barry. Yes, next week's shows, they're all but locked in as far as content's concerned. So we pretty much know what Monday and Tuesday hold for us next week. Tuesday's still a little bit flex, but certainly Monday. And we do look forward to bringing you the final two episodes. And hopefully, not the final episodes of Barry. I expect Barry to go on to bigger and better things when it comes to producing YouTube videos. And I'm expecting that once he's back in his hometown, he'll be back at it.
So today we're going to be talking about pineapple, but we won't give the surprise away. But we are going to present for you some white yum. We're going to make that. So we're going to have some lunch first. Then we're going to get stuck into it. Here's Mark.
Yes, we're doing a bit of pre-planning because next Monday is the last opportunity for a few people to be able to say goodbye to Barry and before he heads back. And so having a little soiree, and there'll be a little bit of white yum on the menu, I suspect.
So guys, like I've said, it is with a heavy heart, and I regret it. Well, Mark will be here, but I certainly won't. But when I get back to Sydney, it will be episode 351, where I left Sydney in March. So it was only in February last year where I only had a month left, 2 months in Sydney left, and then wham, then I said goodbye to Sydney, and now I'm about to set foot back on the turf. But guys, the most important thing Mark and I would like you to remember is please stay strong, be positive, and be positive about everything. Here's Mark now.
Yep, so you're dead right, Barry. You needed to keep struggling to maintain positivity during a long period of frustration trying to get yourself organised and, well, trying to get other people to get organised. You were organised. And, you know, the benefit of that is that you've achieved the outcome that you set for yourself. Ever since you've been in an extremely positive frame of mind, even though the goal was to get to Sydney. Now that you know for sure that you're going, your mindset has become very positive, and you're able to enjoy your normal days here much more because you know that pressure of, yep, I've achieved my outcome and I will be moving to Sydney on the 20th. It's really allowed you to relax a lot more and just enjoy being here for its own sake.
And we might have to cut the intro there because I've just got a message. So we will see you after the lunch break and the white gum. So stay with us, guys.
See you soon.
See you soon. Well, it is with sadness, guys, that next Tuesday will be our final show. Here's Mark to tell you about it. Good afternoon and welcome.
Thanks, Barry. Good afternoon, everyone. Happy you could tune in. Well, as Barry just said, next Tuesday is our last official show together, as he is headed back to Sydney on Monday the 20th. So our last chance to get out and about and do things together and make a bit more show is this coming Tuesday, which will be the 14th. So that's going to be our last chance, and I'm sure we'll do something at the airport as far as video content's concerned, but it's going to be something that you have to wait for. So next Tuesday will be the sad farewell, and but for all the right reasons. So very happy to have a sad goodbye so that Barry can go home to New South Wales and live the life that he's keen to live.
Well, today we went to the Riverlink Shopping Centre and we're going to talk about pineapple.
Pineapple.
Now, there are lots of things you can do with a pineapple. Excuse me, guys, but talking and hiccups at the same time. Sorry, but it's out of my control.
Absolutely out of your
control. So I'll just get Mark to get the cold book.
So
pineapple.
So the 3 things you should know about pineapple. It says here that it contains a powerful enzyme which stops gelatin from setting. So if you mix pineapple into something that you're trying to set with gelatin, it probably won't work. But apparently it's also very good for us. So that is one of the things. The one that I'm still not quite sure they've sold me on is it's best peeled with a bread knife. Now, it talks about how to do it, cut the top and the bottom and then slice the sides, chop it into quarters, take the core out. There's nothing new in that. But I don't think I'd want to do it with a, well, it says a serrated knife. I don't know why. It doesn't seem to make any difference when I'm using a sharp knife. So, but that's the recommendation, and it'll keep for up to 5 days after you've chopped it up. So you can chop it up, put it in a container, keep it in the fridge, and then whenever you want it, you can just go and get it without having to, get messy every time. And keep it in the fridge for up to 5 days. And the other thing that I'm sure it goes on to say is never use it on pizza.
Well, I mean,
contentious, I know.
Well, if you've had a Domino's pizza with ham and pineapple, guys, well, what's the point of having a pizza without the pineapple? Without the pineapple, here's Mark.
Well, that's just me. I'd be going for something with olives and capers and anchovies and all the tasty little bits, but apparently it's not worth having a pizza without pineapple, especially if it's a ham and pineapple one.
And I had one for my farewell in Sydney.
Specifically ham and pineapple.
Yeah, because I requested it.
Well, that's because you like pineapple.
I do, and I had a juice today as well, so.
And that's what set off the pineapple theme.
So you can have pineapple and banana. Now, this is done with chicken Maryland, if you've ever had it. Here's Mark.
Are you talking about a banana fritter and a pineapple fritter to go with your chicken Maryland?
Yeah.
Oh, Barry, you just took me back about 45 years. I think it might be at least that long since I've seen that particular combination used in one sentence. But you're right. It used to be very popular, didn't it?
I think you can still pick it up. Sorry, I think you can still pick it up at your Red Rooster outlet.
Oh, serious? I know they had pineapple rings. I didn't know they did banana as well.
Well, I think they still do.
I need to get out more.
So guys, that's the story of pineapple. Now go and get a pineapple, okay, from your greengrocer, and you will love it. Okay, you can fry it up, have it on your breakfast, okay? But eat your pineapple within 5 days, guys. Here's Mark.
Yes, so it will apparently store quite well in the fridge for 5 days, but that might well be the limit. And then it starts to go off a bit. So 5 days I'd trust it, and then after that, not so much.
Now, like I just said at the start of this program today, okay, this is the second last Tuesday together. Okay, so very quickly, okay. We hope that you've enjoyed this show. And and we hope that you have enjoyed tuning in. Here's Mark.
Absolutely. I hope you've enjoyed it. And if anybody knows a cure for the hiccups, could you please send it to us? So apart from the scare Barry half to death one, and doing contortions to drink from the backside of a glass, etc., if you've got any other suggestions, they'd be most welcome, I'm sure.
Well, next Monday and Tuesday, like we say, okay, this is going to be the last final episodes, or the last two episodes, I should say. And we thank you sincerely from the bottom of our heart for tuning in since the 30th of May. Now, our very first episode began on the Story Bridge. Here's Mark to take you back to where it all began. Here now with the story of it. Out and about.
So our first day, when neither of us really knew each other, we had met, we hadn't spent any time together, and I certainly didn't have any experience of electric wheelchairs and their very significant for just generally getting out and about and around. And so we were going to the Story Bridge via the Commonwealth Bank in the Valley. So we got dropped at the bank and got ourselves in there. I won't talk about that. Was an experience in itself. We don't need to go there. And then to get from essentially James Street up to the Story Bridge took us well over an hour, and it was because the ramps that go from street to footpath, from the road to the footpath, were so steep in the gutter that the drive wheels of Barry's chair kept becoming airborne and getting stuck. Now, for those people that don't realise, there's a set of hard guide, I suppose, wheels behind
at the back.
Yeah, behind the rear wheels, and I'm assuming that is just in case the rear wheels become completely deflated, that you will still be able to push wheel the wheelchair. But of course, they hadn't deflated, and it was just that those back wheels get caught on the road and the drive wheels were caught in the air above the dip in the gutter. So wheelchair came to a complete standstill, and I think the wheelchair plus you is about 160 kilos, or
I think so, yeah.
Yeah, I think the chair on its own's over 100, and I can tell you now, it's not fun trying to push 160 kilos up the ramp onto the footpath. So it happened a few times. It was a bit disturbing, wasn't it? And we weren't sure whether we were actually going to get onto the bridge at all. And then we finally got there and got ourselves onto the bridge, and then it decided it was going to rain. So we were on the bridge getting the umbrellas out, etc. And but the rain went away. The memory of the difficulty of actually getting there went away, and we actually had a lovely time getting bridge and getting some shots down the Brisbane River. So lovely day we had, and in the end, we came off the end of the bridge, turned around and went back beside it on the Kangaroo Point side, and ended up at the Storybridge Hotel, which is directly under that pylon of the bridge, and got the taxi from there. So it was quite an adventurous first day.
Now, the driver went along the Gateway Bridge, and it was a very long way to get back to Bray Park. The meter was stopped halfway, and then only to find out later that I owed the driver $15 more after I had paid the original fare or whatever it was, only to find out about that later. And then our second trip was to Strathpine. That was on episode 20, where I thought I had news that I hadn't been approved. But as Mark has said, it was miscommunication, just part of my package. Here he is.
Yeah, so miscommunication. It did not help your mood at all. That you thought they were doing assessments to get you back to Sydney, and you found out afterwards that it was just standard assessments, much to mysteries as to why they were needed at the time. But it's a constant round, so do as we're told, don't we, Barry?
Well, we've got to do it. Well, with just 5 minutes to go, we'd just like to say a very big thank you for joining us today, and on all the episodes brought to you. And let us know what your favorite episode has been. And sorry about the hiccups on the show, guys. Okay, but it's out of my control. So let us know what your favorite episode has been. Here's Mark.
Yes, it'd be lovely to get some feedback and just find out what people have enjoyed and what they haven't enjoyed. So any feedback, it's all welcome. So if you do see your way clear, that would be awesome.
So before we do wrap up the second last week of our series, it is with a heavy heart that Mark and I have to say goodbye to you. Okay?
Hi, can I come in?
And I'm Paul. So like we say, please let us know what your favorite episode and me. Please let us know what your favorite episode has been. We'd like to hear from you whether you like this, dislike this. Okay, we really would like to hear from you within the next week or so because at 4 o'clock next Tuesday, the studio lights will be dimmed, and I will be putting the last episode in the studio together for the last time. Here's Mark.
Yep, so as you said, Barry, next Tuesday, it's all going to come to an end. And when you upload the video next Tuesday evening, that will be the last time.
And with a minute to go, we'd just like to say a really big thank you from the bottom of our hearts for tuning in with us over the past 10 months here. And here's Mark to say his thanks now.
Barry? Yes, it's been an absolutely fantastic experience for me, and I hope it has been for you as well, Barry, but it's certainly been eye-opening and inspirational to see you work at doing this so hard, so often. And it's certainly, as I said, technology that I'm not accustomed with, and left to my own devices would never have used. So you've taught me a lot and shown me a lot of new things, and I'm very grateful for that. But also I'm grateful just to have spent time and become a friend and just be able to try and make your life a bit better.
Yeah, and it is like I certainly have enjoyed bringing the show to you. If it wasn't for you people, Mark and I would not be here, and we'd just like to thank you. And one episode, guys, we struggled to finish, and that was episode 21. Here's Mark.
Well, episode 21 was COVID episode, and
The beginning of COVID.
Well, I should say it was, that evening Barry found out that he had COVID, so he was COVID positive all day, no doubt. But that evening he found out that he was positive, and that was your first, and at this point in time, only infection with COVID. So, it was an unknown quantity, and it certainly did knock you around. But I still think the worst of it was 12 days of absolute isolation in your room, which even just talking about it sounds horrific.
And no videos for that time. It was very frustrating, and
Cool button. I might just get you to pause it so that I can just check and make sure.
so like we said, I was stuck in my room with COVID for 12 whole days. Not very good, guys, and it was very frustrating. Okay, and annoying. I couldn't even come out of the room. Okay, and it really frustrated me. Okay, and 12 days is a long time to be spending in a room away from everybody. And we can tell you it was not fun. Now, we haven't got time to tell you all that happened because you probably have heard it. Okay, and seen it. So at, at 5 minutes after 4, thank you for your company today. And the number that we rely on 24 hours a day. I'm gonna close episode 76 with that. Please do not be an idiot with triple O and put someone's life at risk like mine. Here's Mark to close episode 76 with that.
Thanks, Barry. Yes, 000 is an emergency number. It is only for emergencies. So please do not think that it's funny to prank it. All it does is distract them from what their job is, which is to deal with emergencies. And
don't bugger around with it.
And don't bugger around with it. So anything that distracts them from their job potentially does lead to a poorer outcome for somebody that needs them.
And one last thing, guys, the white go ahead and make it simple to do. Mix all your ingredients in, okay? Whack it in the pan and then stick it in the fridge, okay? And then when you're done, you can cut it up. And just a reminder, next Monday and Tuesday I'm gonna be very busy. Okay? So do join us for episode 77 and 78 on Tuesday. So from 4 o'clock on Tuesday, what began on May 30th will conclude at this time on Tuesday. So on behalf of Mark English and myself, we thank you so much for your support since May 30th, and do join us for our farewell celebrations. Here's Mark to take us out with that.
So, as we've mentioned, and I don't know if you know, but next week will be the end of the show. And on Monday, we will be having a bit of a farewell do for Barry, just to make sure that he does go. Because once you've had the farewell do, you can't come back. They're the rules. You're not sure if I'm serious? So next week, Monday, we'll be having a farewell do, and I'm sure there'll be some footage. And then, of course, Tuesday will be the last day for filming, and that will be our last show.
So we will, however, be giving you a bit of history on the show as well, going right back to where it began and how it began. Okay, so we do hope that you will join us then. So until we see you next Monday and Tuesday, have a good rest of the week. Okay, and we'll see you next time around. We'll see you next week, sorry, for the final episode. Two episodes, I should say. So, from Mark English and myself, have a good rest of the week. And I hope that you have enjoyed the show. Until then, at 10 minutes after 4 o'clock, Mark English and Barry there, and Block right here, Barry there, wishing you a very good afternoon, and thank you so much for joining us. Here is Mark, or his farewell now.
Thanks for listening in, everyone, and I hope that we see you again next week for the final 2 episodes. And in the meantime, take care, have a great time, look after yourselves.
And don't prank 000, only use it in an emergency. See you later, guys.
Thanks, everyone.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
With the completion of episode 76, okay, I would just like to say a really big thank you to everybody for tuning in to the show over the last 10 months. And I must apologize for the hiccups, guys, earlier on, so don't worry about those. The hiccups happen. Okay, so it's just gone by the clock here on Tuesday, evening, early evening. Okay, and I'd just like to really take the opportunity of thanking you all so much for tuning in over the past 10 months. And it's been a wonderful journey for me because I really do enjoy making my YouTube videos for you, and I do try to make them interesting for you and find some interesting topics to talk about. This afternoon on the show, we talked about pineapple and the white Christmas, and Mark and I decided to rename it White Yum. Now, White Christmas, guys, is a slice which you make, okay, so you make it with rice bubbles, okay, full cream milk powder, some desiccated coconut, some cocoa, some dried apricots, some cherries, etc. Okay, so it's so easy to do, so why don't you go shopping now and get some ingredients? Why not make it a weekend activity thing when it's too wet to go outside? Cancel your barbecue and reschedule it for another day. And cooking, guys, is a wonderful activity, okay? You can cook any day of the week, okay? It doesn't have to be a Saturday or Sunday, okay? Because it really does not make a difference on what about what day you cook on. There are 7 days in a week, guys. Okay, so guys, there's absolutely no excuse to not to get cooking, and if you are, if I can just pause this just a second. So if you're in college, guys, grab the latest edition of the Cold magazine. There it is there. Pick it up before you leave Cold, okay? So it's got lots of yummy recipes in there, and back to school lunch ideas. Well, everyone's gone back to school now. So I won't keep this outro very long, okay, but I would just like to say a really big thank you to everyone for having me here in Queensland, and do tune in for the last week of our show, commencing on Monday, the 13th of February. That's when the farewell show will be. Well, on Tuesday, the farewell show will be. Okay, so thank you so very much for having me here. Like I said, like I've had some ups and downs on in Bray Park, okay, and in Queensland in general, but let's not talk about the downside, guys. Let's just talk about the positive side, okay? Because if you think positive, guys, it will all be worth it. Well, now the time is coming up to 10 minutes after 5. I'm Barry Fitt. Thanks for your company today on episode 76, and I look forward to speaking with you sometime during the rest of the week. And just a reminder, please do not ring 000 unless you have an emergency, okay, because you are clogging up the line with unnecessary calls, and I will remind you of that at the end of the 2 episodes next week. But do stay with me. I've got a fantastic show coming up for you on Thursday, okay, and then again on Sunday, my second last Sunday wrap from here, okay. Yes, it has been a wonderful journey. So I'm off to put today's show up on to YouTube now. So do have a good evening, and I'll see you sometime on Thursday. I'm gonna have a rest tomorrow, so see you then. See you next time around. Have a good evening, everyone. Bye for now.